thank you.
Hey, just welcome. What I want to teach you is how to evaluate a position, okay? All right. Do you know what the word evaluation means? Do you know?
It's like analyzing, right?
Yeah. Okay. So there's two aspects to analyzing a position. So the first thing you do is normally you look at lines, right? And you go, I go there, he goes there. I go there, he goes there. I go there, he goes there. And then there's the second thing which you do after you've analyzed. You say, okay, in this position, my opponent has got this weakness or that weakness, right? Now, that process is called evaluation. That's what kind of directs you where you're going to go with your analysis. So these two things work hand in hand. But at each position, you have to look at various things. So for simplicity, to make it easy, when you are starting out, you need to learn that you look at four things. The first one being material. So when we say material, so you're looking at who has got more material than the other in this particular position or that position, right? So that's the first one. And material can be quantity. That's when we say, okay, you win a rook, you've got a better position, right? Or it can be quality. Let's say you've got a knight in a closed position or a bishop in an open position. So material is very important. Then the next thing you look at is initiative. This is who is in a position to cause threats, who's threatening something, right? And then you look at space. That's when you look at things like structure. Who's controlling more space? Who's got the better pawn structure? This determines space. So the last thing you look at is development. Who's got more developed pieces? So it's like time. It's like whose pieces are better placed at the moment to do more than the other. So by using these four things, you can evaluate any position. So in that process, part of the idea is to combine that evaluation with knowing certain things about certain positions. Now, do you see the position in front of you? Okay.
I've been calculating that almost the whole time.
Okay, good. Now, calculating this position, it's kind of almost pointless because there's a specific obvious factor which makes a certain side better. So what do you think of this position? Who's better?
White.
Okay, so white is clearly better. Why?
Because white has the passed pawn, black's pawn is altogether. Sure, if he gets lucky, he can create a passed pawn, but that's so rare because white's king is not far away or anything.
Okay,
it's not
good.
on like the A8 file.
Very good. So what's good about this passed pawn? It's what do we call it? This particular passed pawn.
It's like a passed pawn that's like far away.
Yeah, it's called an outside passed pawn. And
it's like nothing can stop it right now.
Correct, yes. Either black is going to waste a lot of time trying to stop this pawn, and you collect all these pawns on the king side. Oh, this pawn is going to promote. So evaluating this position is easy because you guys just go, okay, good. I know a specific factor, which is that there is an outside passer in this position, which helps me make a decision, right? I'm going to give you another position. And in this position, there will be a different factor that you use to evaluate again. So let's say...
Is it white to move?
Yeah, it will be white to move, but I don't think it will be really important who's to move. Okay.
Oh, this is winning.
Okay, now remember, when you evaluate any position, you look at material, you look at initiative, you look at space, and you look at development, right? In this
Yeah.
particular case, what do you see that's quite obvious about this position that helps you evaluate?
White's rook is active and black's rook is passive.
Correct,
So
yeah?
white really has the advantage.
Okay, but what specifically makes white's rook more active? What does he have control of?
The C file and black has control of only the D file, but it doesn't go
Very good. So
up
now,
really.
remember what I said about a space being a question of pawn structure, right?
Yes, white does have overstructure, but
Yeah,
how is black really gonna get there fast?
exactly. Yeah. Now, in this particular case, you've got two factors to consider. One is initiative. White is the one who's capable of causing threats by going to the 7th rank, and black
And black is not capable.
of causing threats. And in this particular position, the initiative here and the control of this C file is more important than the damage structure that white has. So in this particular case, you find that white is clearly better. Okay, now the following position will be, it's very basic in terms of the way it looks, but again, every position, remember, in chess can be evaluated. So it looks like this.
This is the Sagasas opening.
Okay. And how would you evaluate this position?
I don't really know the opening, but it's like a reverse Caro-Kann, so I wouldn't think E5 is good.
Yeah. Okay. So in this particular
Otherwise,
position,
white's just a
yes,
move ahead. Otherwise, white's a move ahead in the Caro-Kann.
correct. Yeah.
If you play D4, white can go D. White. If you play D5, white can go D4, and it's like a Caro-Kann, but white was cheating. I mean, black was cheating.
All right. So now the problem for white is the move he's made is kind of useless. It doesn't really save his position.
You don't know what your opponent. Maybe your opponent is gonna play King's Indian, then you don't even like. Where's your knight gonna go?
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
go knight to D2, you're blocking your bishop.
Exactly.
If you change the move order, then black can already start an attack because I mean, like, who plays C3 if you can play C4?
All right. No, that's enough. So in this position,
C3, and you should have played a G3 move.
Yeah,
like the
okay.
Fiend Shadow instead.
So C3 kind of takes the position of the knight. So this makes the evaluation of this position is slightly unfavorable for white, just because he's inconveniencing himself. You understand?
If it was like the Caro-Kann but a move ahead, it would mean that chess is unfair.
Correct, yeah. Okay, next position. In this one,
okay, I can't see yet.
Not yet, yeah.
This one is going to be difficult.
So what's the evaluation?
White is ahead by like 1 or 2 points.
What are you talking
but
about?
white is technically, like in this position,
yeah.
White is, if you are evaluating an engine, probably 1.5 to 2 points ahead.
This is completely won. This is a technical position.
Yeah.
A bishop and a knight will always beat a king.
A bishop and a knight and a king, correction.
Yeah. But this is so every professional chess player would win this position. Some people don't know how to checkmate with the knight and the bishop. And it's true.
I can try, but I'm not sure if I can.
No, you just need to learn. It's a technical position. So evaluating this position is unnecessary because it's a known position. You need to know how to actually do it. So what you see in these 4 different examples is the process of evaluation and how it's used in playing chess. So from a certain point of view, you just start realizing that in chess, for you to improve, you need to increase your ability to evaluate positions, and you need to become more familiar with different setups and positions. So the next aspect which we will touch on with regards to this will be the concept of pattern recognition, because essentially that's what this is all about. The more patterns you learn, the better your evaluation becomes. Make sense? Do you understand? Okay, good. Let's end off here, and we will have another session where we touch on pattern recognition.